at God's Little Acre. What time is it? It's
not too late.
No,
not too late.
We haven't even eaten yet.
It's early.
It's still
early compared to the past 2 nights. We have been compiling videos for you. They are not on the tube yet because they're in various phones. But we have been butchering pigs. We've been slaughtering pigs and butchering them, which is slaughtering is what my uncle refers to as bleeding. He just says bleeding.
Oh.
He goes, you bleeding the pigs, you butchering the pigs. I'm like,
I like that. That's a lot.
bleeding the pig. Yeah. So slaughter is butcher. Slaughter is the kill.
Yeah.
And butcher is cutting it up.
I like it.
So you don't go to the slaughterhouse is where the pig meets their demise, and the butcher is who they get the nice slab of meat that's been bled out.
I like it.
So we've had some very late evenings.
Very late evenings.
We butchered 2. Now we aren't professionals. We are homesteaders who watch a lot of YouTube, figure things out. One of the things we haven't quite figured out yet is how to transport a 300 and some odd pound animal.
I think she was pushing for it easy.
With these people, and one man. I realized that, as much as you try to be stronger, sometimes you're just not.
But I'm not in my peak performance season right now. I would think that June and July is where I'm really. I've got a lot going.
We couldn't push, much less pick up.
I'm just
Gracie.
saying.
So it was tough going. It was tough going for us during the we not have filmed. See, if we were reality TV,
it'd be epic.
Millions of views because people love. You ever seen that Alaska show with that big family, a little bit redneck, but they're funny.
It's fun. It's really awesome.
And
Why is our life not a reality TV show? I think that almost daily. Okay, weekly. Weekly.
When you come to the position where the cameraman could put down their camera and just help, but they don't.
I know, right?
Because if we were being filmed, and the cameraman were there, we would just think he'd be like, cameraman,
just listen.
We just need you real quick for one moment.
Camera, right?
And they must have signed something like, unless it's life or death.
No, but sometimes
you have to figure it out.
They don't.
I know. So if you had us filming a couple days ago, when we were slaughtering this hog, which Gracie was my pig. I loved her, but we had to say goodbye because we weren't going to breed these 2 pigs anymore. We have 5 now. We have 3, and we were trying to decide which set to do. We should film letting them loose into the other pen.
Sure.
Because what we like to do, what we like to do in the winter is we've got this pen and this walkway. It's
I showed them the other day. I showed it to them.
And so they get their exercise in the winter because they go and our biggest pig Malachi, he would really trim out because you just hear we'd have a stampede of 8 pigs.
That's literally what they sound like. They sound like apes. They sound like apes.
It was our pigs don't oink oink oink. They that's exactly what they do.
Oh, you're getting an early happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. So it was winter and the temperature. This is the best time to butcher. That way, if you need to put any of
somebody else's birthday, go ahead.
Your meat outside, you can. Perfect temperatures. It was the right time. Our fire took a little bit to get going. But the big thing was getting Gracie, there's no way for us to measure how heavy.
Let me explain it to you. This is all you need to know for how heavy she is, all right? Raise your hand if you know what a dolly is. People call them something else. What is the other thing that other people call them? A mover, whatever. We call them dollies our whole life. Moves refrigerators, right? Put a dolly on its side, okay? You got the 2 wheels. And you got the base of it with the handle. Now, are you envisioning it on its side? Okay. We've got it right next to the pig. Even, level. We moved all the hay away. It's right next to the pig. So maybe we got to get her this high onto that dolly.
Not gonna happen.
Okay. It took us 20 minutes of trying and trying again to get her on that dolly. 20 minutes to lift her
and
this high.
Here's the thing. It's several different steps. Normally you can drag the pig out if you need to, right? Normally for us. Normally a good sized pig for us is 225, 250. and we can deal with that.
They're usually like $285 full size.
But we can drag them. We can lift them up onto the cart. We have a swallow. We can do that. We can handle that, right?
She was so huge.
And
biggest girl.
biggest pig we've had. Now, kitty kitties aren't supposed to get huge, but she got huge, and she wasn't.
One
Girl, we butchered her. Muscle.
muscle.
On
this big.
We said our prayers, and Kansas did his thing.
It went great.
We recognized that we're going to need the dolly, and then the dolly had flat tire. So
That's right.
it was
I
like
went and got the
one
bike
thing
pump.
after another.
We get her on the dolly, and then I had the ingenious idea. We have a hugelkultur-ish area back there where you grow the potatoes. And we've got several. They're actually barn beams, but to visualize it, they're giant railroad ties.
Right.
And we've got this built up, right?
Flat
so I
tires,
said, we've got a runner up on that. So we run her to there, and then we put our garden cart with a pallet on it to give us a couple extra inches. We roll her onto that from the dolly, strap her down with the ratchet strap. It looks like she's ready to go in the oven. You ever seen them? They tie them nicely, you know, to put a roast in the oven. We get her down to what we call the scalder or the dunker, okay? And we've got
Just
all this on
getting
video.
her on this garden cart, though, was like, you could almost hear angels sing, because there's sometimes you hit these impossible things, and you're just like, we can't move her.
But then we had to get her from there onto the dunker.
And that was going to be like, no.
And we had to
it's
move
not
her
gonna
again,
happen.
like this high.
Yeah.
And just getting that onto, oh my gosh.
We rolled it. We kind of rolled.
None of that,
one
guys,
side.
is on video. It was too cold for Patriot Gallery.
Yeah. So we kind of like scooted one side
do it.
up, and then we kind of
Right.
scooted the other side up. We got her on there, and then our scalder has fit some giant pigs. And what happened this time, she was so big, we finally get her into this scalder thing that Kansas has, and you'll see that on film. When we dunk her after the fire, after we've tried so hard to get the temperature up to where we wanted it, about 180, so much water came out of the scalder. It went, and there goes the fire.
It didn't put it out, but it put out a lot of it. It didn't put it out all the way. Hang on, wait, I want to read this comment because this gets me. All right, Lady Liberty says, correct me if I'm wrong. This is just what I heard, that pigs are biblically unclean meat you're not supposed to eat. You are so right about that, and thank God. God said to Peter, rise, Peter, kill and eat.
Yeah, so for past 2,000 years, Christians have been eating pigs, so
Oink, oink.
it's a thing. Yeah, so
But you're right.
We're not. Yeah, it goes along with all the other Jewish.
Yeah, other things that
that-
you may not know. I'm just thinking she may not know, like shellfish, the bottom feeders.
So shrimp would be the same thing as pigs.
Yeah.
So if you eat a shrimp
Unclean.
or lobster, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
We did it.
we did it, and we got her into the scalder. Pigs. Why do we raise pigs? Pigs are like the. I want a cow. I love beef. Like I love hamburger. Like I didn't realize it because we've just been doing so much hog. I love our hogs. I love our meat is kuni. It's red meat. When you grill it, it tastes just like
So
beef.
good.
But there's something about beef I really miss because we haven't had it in a while. But a small homesteader like us on 1.1 acre, we can raise out and we can breed pigs and we can sell pigs, and then the pigs can actually pay for themselves. And we can't do that with cows. Because a cow is a ruminant creature,
Yeah.
and needs to be on pasture.
Here's the deal. We literally raise over 75% of our meat. We just eat the pork instead of the beef.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? We have literally turned to just eating mostly two
And
meats.
because our kuni is like red meat,
Yeah.
so it's like a beef, and we know what we put into our hogs. And traditionally, like in the UK, we've told you this before, but every small little cottage would have a hog, and they would raise it out on their food scraps. And then
Right.
sometimes, they'd even have the local like herdsman take each of the hog, grab all the hogs, like legit, grab a hog from each house. The hog would follow them. Pigs are smart. To the woods, eat a bunch of nuts, and then he would drop them off at the house on the way
Each
back,
house,
which is
yeah.
absolutely amazing. Because a family could raise up a year's worth of meat on their food scraps and on this.
Yeah.
It's just a fantastic. Pigs are just amazing creatures, and we made connections with them. I love them. I love piglets. I love our pigs. But it's time. We were free. Michelle and I were finally getting the meat out, and it was like, we're almost gone. Like we have chicken. It's like we're almost gone with everything else.
Yeah.
So it was time. In Kansas, we prayed about it. He gets the shot done. Perfect. And she was in her sleep, and it was it's a beautiful moment when you get that first shot in. Susie, she's just a wild one, and she took a little bit more. But we were able to scald and scrape and eviscerate 2 pigs.
And what that means is, and we're going to show this on our video, you dunk the pig in a scalder, which is the hot water. Now, our pigs
Are very hairy.
It's the heritage breed in them. They
So,
have very, very thick hair, like
you
a
don't-
boar's hair brush or something like that. Envision that all over the pig.
So you have to.
So you dunk it, and then there's these things called bells. We got it all on video. We're going to show you guys this for anybody that can stomach it. We think it's a really natural, beautiful process. And you scrape it all off, and then you have this beautiful pink carcass.
And it's really
to deal
clean.
with.
It makes it real sanitary so that some people field dress, some people skin, and obviously you can do that. But if you skin, you're going to lose a lot of lard. It gets a little
Right.
bit more contaminated that way, but the skin just keeps things sanitary.
So we were up until
Late.
1:30 in the morning working, and then we had to clean up, and then we had to eat. And I think I went to sleep at 3:30 a.m. the night before last. I think it was 3 a.m. last night because yesterday we butchered the pigs.
2 of the pigs, and you'll see that on
And
camera.
we've got that.
And
you
we
wanna
made
show
our
them the
bacon, or it's not actually made. This is step 1 on the bacon. So we forgot to show you what we did, so I'm just going to tell you about it.
And we'll tell them in the video. too.
So to make bacon, you need. I'll just get over here. Show them the
Okay,
knife.
hang on. Let me bring them over. Wait.
Oh, you're gonna come with me? Okay.
Well, I'll just set this
so
over
here
here.
is our beautiful seasoning
Setup.
setup here.
The whole kitchen turns into a completely different setup during butcher time.
Yeah. So this is our seasoning setup. This is called pink curing salt. It is not salt. It is their nitrates, and I know some people say nitrates are bad for you, but nitrates are actually naturally occurring. I feel safer using these. The Amish and people use celery seed for their nitrates to cure your meat. You need a nitrate to cure your meat to make it safe. So you use nitrates and salt. This is pretty much what you need. And some people
Just
use
for the
pepper.
bacon.
But for
We're talking about
us,
the bacon
we
here.
flavor, just for, because what you're gonna do, you're gonna rinse this. So, what we do is we use a seal meal, but you can
vacuum
just
seal.
use a baggie. And this has to sit in the refrigerator or in a cold place, not frozen.
And we flip it
You want
every
the
day.
juice to get in there. You want it to be cured all the way through, and you can tell when it's cured all the way through. It's still smushy now. It gets like hard.
Now you're gonna redo this spiel all over again for the video.
Okay, great.
I'm just saying you don't have to do it as in depth as you're gonna do it on the video.
Okay, so, that's fine. So I season mine, and I've got some recipes here, just I got online. So basic one is, 5 pounds of pork belly. People use the skin on. We did the skin on. And then we just go to cut it off. I don't like it with the skin on. I just cut
Bacon
my
with
skin
the
off.
skin off is
Yeah.
gross. Oh,
So
I
a quarter cup of kosher salt, 2 teaspoons of pink curing salt,
you're giving it pretty detailed.
okay, curing salt, dark brown sugar, but we don't use brown sugar. We use molasses, honey, and a little bit of maple syrup sometimes. So then you let this sit for 10 days. Then you're gonna rinse it, and then we're gonna smoke it. And I'm thinking we smoked it on the grill. We've done oven, liquid smoke. We have so much of it.
We're probably gonna do half and
I
half.
don't know if we should also show you a fridge, but we have so much of it. I'm thinking to myself,
I don't know.
can Kansas
Wait,
like
you're not even
make?
on the chart.
Can Kansas like make? I thought maybe you'd come with me, like
Well,
or turn it into the
I'm
fridge.
not sure I
Just
like
wanna
the
show you the
idea of
fridge.
showing the
Okay, so
fridge.
there's a bunch of this.
It's not terrible. It's just jam packed, and I don't know that I want everybody knowing what
No,
we
that's
eat.
fine.
But
You don't. Need
it's
to.
it's 2 drawers full of
All right.
bacon. Oh, you know what? Just take them to the cooler out there.
Yeah.
Okay, we have to go out to the garage anyway. Hang on.
So what we're doing tonight, we were going to make our sausage tonight, and this is like all my ingredients for my sausages.
Yeah.
Your number 1 ingredient for sausage is so simple.
Sage.
Sage, man. If you don't have anything else, you're gonna make some sausage, sage, salt, and pepper.
Yeah.
Right? I like to add, this is not all of this goes in there. I kind of mix it up, I make it a little cool. Sometimes I'll add some onion powder. So I love using smoked paprika, some garlic powder, cayenne pepper. Our Amish use cayenne pepper, salt, pepper, sage. That's their recipe. So we're making some garlic bread. I think I want to see that. No,
Well,
don't
if
show
they,
that.
they can see it, that's fine. But we were gonna put it in the oven, but I'm afraid that we'll burn it if we put it in the oven, then go outside and
So
talk.
this is raw milk cheese here from the Amish on there.
All right, let's go see
and
Kansas.
Do you want to see our sausage?
Oh
meatballs?
no, those are burnt.
No, they're
Leah,
not. Just
dude,
show them.
no.
They're so
Not doing
good.
it. Not doing it.
Mean.
I am mean. I told her to leave them the right side up. They weren't burnt on that side. I said they'd be great for the shot. She's like, but they were burning on the other side.
them.
So,
So what are we doing out here?
we're gonna talk to. Oh yeah, let's just go to Kansas here.
Let's go to Kansas.
So tell them what this is. I know we did it once on video, but this is live.
Yeah, I feel like we've done this twice. Yeah. It's a basic turkey scalder, and turn it on. It has this timer on it, so we just have a little clamp on it because.
That's annoying.
Who wants to hit the button every 2 seconds to relight it, and basically just have it set about as low as it can go without turning off, with the flame going out, and just stir it periodically, and you can either wait till it's really liquefied.
And then you got to go
open
in the
this
bucket
little
there.
valve, or I just have it open and it just has a slow jerk going, and we have this bucket here for the soap. But
Yeah.
otherwise, you just leave it closed until it's more liquefied, and then you just jar up. with
And you got
blow
some jars.
dryers.
We've got plenty of jars down
Fill
here.
'em up. Yeah, you
This is
can-
leaf lard
you can
there.
use free jars that you get when you buy like tomatoes in the store or something like
Mm-hmm. And then
Whatever
you
you
got
have.
cracklins left over here
that. Yeah.
from the leaf lard. This
Yeah,
whole
these
setup.
are good, you guys. You get to eat these. They're so good. And so this is our little crock pot setup. And you still got, here's our lard. So we cut this up into 1-inch cubes. How do you, and then you just want to cook it down. So we got 2 buckets of that going still.
And you want to show them the bacon in the cooler?
Yeah, we got some bacon still. That's leftover produce for our pigs. So we got tons of bacon in here.
So there's about this much bacon in the fridge still too.
It's just so much.
There's so much bacon.
And then over here in this cooler, because it's 25 degrees tonight,
Oh jeez. Hang on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. There we go.
is a bag worth of cut up meat that we cut up, and I'm so getting gross. For
Sausage.
for sausage. So this is gonna be our sausage. I don't know how much, probably like 100 pounds of sausage.
So we're rendering then. Yes, Robin, we are rendering.
So we were supposed to make sausage tonight, but our sausage grinder got a bullet.
No, it didn't.
It got a
It
bullet.
broke. It looked like a bullet, but it
We were
wasn't.
like, is that one of Candace's bullets? No, it just broke. And so one of our viewers sent us a commercial KitchenAid, and I was looking at new meat grinders, and I was like, KitchenAid attachment. So we'll be making our sausage on Saturday with the KitchenAid attachment. Hopefully, that I think
Here, I'm
it's
gonna
going to be
turn this
awesome.
around here.
And work out really well. This is our man cave garage out here.
It's Uncle Jack and Kansas's man cave.
Not
Here,
my
step
man
to the
cave.
side so
What do
Candace
I-
can come back in the
mostly-
shot. There we go. Candace, you want to turn that off?
You're-
There you go.
I'm trying to see in the pots.
I know you're trying to see in the pot.
It's
Well,
just a necklace.
Leah's phone, your font is turned down so small I can't even read. I can hardly read the comments. I had turned this around so that we could all see the comments and stuff, but
Oh, okay. So guys, this is what we're doing. Sausage machine broke, so you're rendering then, yeah. How dare you be independent? Family in Canada had gardens, pickled stuff, stored away in jars in the root cellar, and strawberry jam and all kinds of memories.
That's
That's
awesome.
wonderful. So there's a show on Netflix, which we don't watch Netflix, but we did because we wanted to watch a search show. You watched something called Restoration or something from the British
it's a
show.
BBC show. Kansas, what was that called?
Fixing it, but it
Oh,
was
man.
it was a British. Read this now, and it is a barrel, the small barrel about this size, and she brought it to be restored to its original working state, and it's a butter churner, and she used it with her grandmother, and it's 160 years old, and they were able to seal it by adding moisture to it. They brought a cooper in to put a ring around it, And it's what you do is you just turn it like this. Like we've had some other butter turns that you do with your hand like this, right? And we've had I've seen the butter turns like this, but
Right.
dude, it's on like a stand and you just roll it and you roll it and you roll it. And I need this in my life. I don't have my cow yet, but like I had a friend who had a cow and she would give me all the milk that I needed and I had cream. I had this much cream. I had off of the jars that she had from her cows and I would get like 3 or 4 gallons from her. So I would get like 3 or 4 gallons worth of cream, you know, and I could have used that.
Yeah.
And I could, oh my gosh.
Then the next
Oh
thing
my
she'll be
gosh.
asking for a cream separator.
No, but what was so amazing about it is it didn't require any electricity because you can put it in the Cuisinart and that's what I do.
Right.
But I just, dude, just slush.
Robin,
slush,
yes,
slush.
we know about keeping the meat chunks small or else it can bind up. I don't know what happened to our machine.
It just bit the dust.
But remember, one of our viewers sent us the KitchenAid, and so we're going to order, you ordered tonight,
Yeah.
the meat grinder attachment for it.
What can you do with cream except on top of pies? Are you
What?
joking
Is that
me?
a joke? Was that Dale?
Yes.
Dale.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, have you heard of this thing called ice cream?
You can make butter out of your cream.
Butter, creamy butter.
I use the cream a lot when I'm making sauces, like Alfredo.
Sauce, cream.
Making, I'll try to get the cream off when I'm making homemade macaroni and cheese.
You can put it in your pie, like your pumpkin pie.
Mm-hmm.
Cream. Have you heard of cream of mushroom soup? I love cream of
I
mushroom soup.
try to use it when I'm making gravies. There's a lot that you can do with the cream.
Bring on the cream. Bring on the cream. Bring on
All right,
the cream.
so it's cold out here. What Leah wanted to do was tell you guys what we've been up to. We've actually been filming for you.
We have been, and this is
Just
a
not live.
YouTubeable video, and I was like, oh, no strikes here.
Yeah, they'll give us a strike because we're talking about.
Oh my
children's
gosh! So if I say,
food.
if
No, you
I
can't
even
it. Don't say it.
C, Pac-Man,
No.
And-
they'll find it.
45, I may probably find it. So YouTube took off every video
Of RSVs.
of every video
Of every
from CPAC
right.
of
The man that used
the
to be
man
president.
who used to be president,
We can't even say.
who is maybe whatever, you know.
Just leave it.
Just leave it there. And they gave RSBN 2-week suspension. And so their main job is to cover this guy, Orange Man. And so I don't know what they're going to do. We need Rumble to have a live stream ASAP.
And here's the deal. It almost feels like a conspiracy that Rumble doesn't, because as soon as Rumble gets a live streaming capability, YouTube is defunct.
Right. And so let me explain something to you. Okay?
It's really cold out.
A lot of people say, can we go inside to do it? Bye.
Or
Okay.
Kansas can be part of it. Go ahead. Keep
Okay.
going. We'll just suffer in the
So
cold.
when they started the telephone company, not everybody had a telephone.
Yeah.
Not everybody had telephone lines. It wasn't a big deal. But still, the government came in and said you cannot not allow somebody, even like people who were out of jail for felonies,
Right.
to not have a telephone.
Right.
You know, there are different telephone companies, but they are regulated so that
Mhm.
it's free access to everyone.
Right.
Otherwise, what are you going to do? Like, you can't have your business in the telephone book? No, you have to be able to do that, right?
Right.
So Google is the equivalent of the telephone book, and YouTube and Google searches are the equivalent of
Right.
the mail. Like, you can't send mail. That's what YouTube, because here's the thing. It's like using the telephone, and the mail service is the same as Google it or YouTube it.
Well, Kansas, do you remember with the Comstock laws? So step back so I can be in the conversation. There you go.
They can see me.
I know, but do you remember the Comstock? This was one of your things with Comstock. They made it so that you could not send or receive
pornography in the mail.
pornography in the mail. Do you think that they would Google and YouTube appreciate it if we went back to something like that? Because it feels like that's where we're at.
Well, I mean, they just censor what they want and not what
Exactly.
Comstock wanted.
Exactly. They're censoring the good God stuff
Mm-hmm.
and then allowing the pornographic,
They do. They do.
like that WAP song.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
They'll allow that up, but don't you dare show anything from the former president.
Right. And so saying that the former, let's not use, that's not, because we've got to call up something else than the former president. Okay. Okay.
45.
Saying that 45 can't use the telephone anymore
Right.
when he hasn't done anything illegal. Or
Well,
saying
I wasn't actually calling him the former president. I'm saying that the very idea. So I'm trying to get this just right. The
That
very
any
idea that
president-
any former president,
Right.
you cannot. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't have that on your platform of whatever
Here's the thing.
it is.
It has to be like the mail service and the telephone service already have laws on what is illegal to go through the
Right.
mail. Like,
Right.
go to the mail. There's a sign. This is what you can't send in the mail, right? You cannot call somebody up and threaten them. That's
Right.
illegal. You
Right.
can't use the telephone for that reason, right? And so when it comes to like terms of service or whatever, because YouTube has become a place of commerce,
Right.
YouTube it is a term.
Right.
Google it is a term, and they have cornered the market on commerce. So
Right.
if you want to have a business, you need to have a Facebook page. You need to have a Google account. You need to
Right.
have a Google search. And because we've gone, here's the thing: it wouldn't if we were still just using the telephone book to get services. There'd be something. It would be different. But we've switched from the telephone books to Google.
Well, but what if
Just Google it.
What if the Yellow Pages had decided all of a sudden that they weren't going to put in a company just because they didn't agree with the policies or the, whatever of that company?
Or they started, what if 45 couldn't be listed, his name couldn't be
That's what I'm
listed
saying.
in the telephone book, like a
Exactly.
personal person, not listed. Could you imagine not listing a person in the telephone book?
But what's worse, if we're making this kind of comparison, what it's like is as if, we always say Kansas for president, farms for everyone. Let's say Kansas was president, okay? And then he's not anymore. And then you and I can't even talk about him on the telephone.
Right. Exactly. We can't even talk about it on
We
the
can't
telephone.
even talk about
Because
him
they're
on the
listening in.
telephone because
Right.
they're listening in.
Right.
You
Exactly.
know.
It should have to be like, if it's illegal, and that's
Right.
what they're doing in Poland, and that's what they're doing in Hungary, and, Ron DeSantis is trying to inch away there with some making it so that at least political people can't be taken off, people running for office. But I have some good news for you. If you're in Texas or you're in Mississippi, you don't have to wear a mask. Hallelujah.
So great.
The mask mandate is gone, and Alabama says theirs will definitely be gone by the beginning of April.
Nice.
And Dr. Fauci has come out and said, no good, no bueno, blah, blah, blah. But I'm telling you, if you're in
I don't
Texas
trust the man that lies.
and you're in Mississippi, you don't have to legally wear a mask. So,
We get taken off for that too.
yeah. Well, no, that's just a statement of fact.
We keep getting taken off for statements of fact.
Well, our Chuck Schumer video got put back on.
Yeah.
Because they had humor in that. All right, guys, we're going to sign off. We'll see you tomorrow for all the latest news. We will go live on the Resistance Chicks to bring everybody in for 15 minutes, and then we're going to hit the ground running with a lot of great news that I can't necessarily tell you on YouTube because they don't think it's that great, but I do. So I'm very excited. I got a word from God I want to share with you guys, so I want you to be encouraged, be blessed, and I can't see any comments from back there. Poor Patriot Gallery got a strike, uncreated by divine design, for the same reason RSB.
Well,
ended.
tell them though, because that means she's not going to be able to go live doing.
She
any
can't
of
go
her
live for a week.
Bible studies for a
week.
week,
For a week. Yeah. So.
or upload videos or anything.
Yep,
Really
censoring the good. Oh, we're gonna make some soap. I'm very excited. I want to try making some candles with lard and maybe some beeswax and some soy wax. So I am really excited because we have a lot of lard. We're gonna do a lot of stuff. Pie crust. Do.
Well, the leaf lard is what we'll use for the pie crust. And yes, we'll be on D Live. We'll be everywhere. Tomorrow, Leah was just saying the 15 minutes will be for YouTube. And
Everywhere
then
else
everywhere
will be
regular.
D-Live, Periscope, Twitch, Facebook, for as long as they let us. And yeah. So signing off. Boom.
Leah, Michelle, Kansas, freezing out here in the garage.
The man of the hour.
I'm
I just
telling you.
realized, you guys, men are awesome. And you know what? It's like, feminists are so
Dumb.
stupid. And you know what? You can only be a feminist if you're not on a farm.
That's really true.
Because as soon as women left the farm, they're like, well, fine, I don't really need a man.
Well, two of us couldn't have lifted when Kansas was on one end of the pig
Yeah.
You and I were not as strong
No.
as him on the other end of the pig.
Men are.
That's really sad.
Men are.
What's
awesome.
wrong with us?
Men are so awesome. And feminists, you're just like, you're missing it. You're missing out.
You know what we should? Here's the deal. We don't video a lot of the cool stuff. Honestly, because Patriot Gallery isn't always here to film, and it takes the three of us to do things. But we were out here. We were getting the pigs. They were staged in here.
See,
in the
that would have
garage.
been fun. Funny,
And
fun.
and one of them was so big, one half of Gracie, that we cut her in half, her half in half. And Kansas
Just
comes out.
boom.
And he lifts the whole thing, and I'm like, "Should we help?" And he's like,
"It's better on my
probably just
shoulder."
easier." Look at his face.
Well, no, I mean, my arm muscles are kind of puny compared to the back and chest muscles. You know,
Yeah.
just let your frame carry it.
The frame carry it.
Frame carry.
Everybody take.
He's got these really great shoulders. He
Yeah.
really does. He was born with them.
Well, I feel like I have great
Bear
shoulders.
hug.
Maybe
You
it's
carry it in there.
Maybelline.
You bear hugged it and carried it
Was
in.
it born with
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
It's easier if your arm's kind of locked out and you're just holding it.
So watching him put that, it's totally different than the pig slabs that you see the other butchers do, because our pig was like this wide, and most pigs are like this wide, and that's true.
It's a little.
Gracie's
stretching it.
neck, I'm not even kidding you.
It was pretty big. It was bigger than that. It was the outside of your arms. It was pretty.
Gracie's neck.
It was really
This
big.
is like normal hog neck. Normal. It's normal. It's a big neck. Gracie's was
But she's meaty, and we've got it all on video. and
whole
I
neck.
showed
I'm
you.
talking about the neck. Do you understand what I'm talking about? It's a neck.
Okay.
It's a neck.
Whoa.
I love her. I love her big neck. She used to come out and she wouldn't want to eat or drink. I don't know how she got so big. And
No, what happened is she got that big and then stopped wanting to eat and drink because she just was living off of her own body.
But she would be in, you saved euphoria when I would just pet her
Here it
and she
comes.
started to go,
You're gonna make some of the viewers that are animal friendly really upset now.
but I love her.
I think that it's-
Susie, I loved, but she
I
was
think
just,
that it is-
she
here's
had
the
an
deal.
attitude.
you have the person that says, "Well, how can you kill an animal that you loved on?" Well, if we loved the animal, then that means we took care of it like we loved it. How
And
can
then-
you eat an animal that you didn't love?
Feel love in your body.
Well,
You realize
that's weird.
you feel the love going into your body. You feel love. It's love will come back and feed your soul.
Right.
You want soul food. Do you want an animal who was
Although
abused?
there's an element
and
of truth to that. How the animal dies and stuff like that, and the hormones that it releases during death, it is they talk about that going into the meat.
You guys, what we did not get. See, we need a reality crew for real, but I really don't want one.
Someone wants to
But-
donate a reality crew to
No,
us.
please don't do that. This is a bad idea.
I don't think we have anybody that has those kind of
But
contacts.
Gracie's meat, she had loins, and Coonies aren't known for their meat. This huge loin was all along.
It was like a giant
She
eel.
feeds me. It's like I feel like we're like Native Americans in a way. Wazoo, wazoo, out of the soul, go back to the sky, nurture our
Oh
bodies.
my gosh.
Thank you. Animal.
Wow.
Thank you, animal. We thank the animal. We
Mhm.
praise God.
We do actually. Kansas
Right?
always praise, and it's really nice and touching.
It's the fall. Matt always talks about it. Because the fall of mankind, we eat meat.
I just don't know where all the muscles are coming from because they don't seem to work out a lot much. They're not doing a whole lot. I mean, cows and sheep and goats, they're wandering all around. They're climbing up on rocks and stuff. You know,
She's born with
But-
it. She was born
yeah, they just
lean.
kind of lay there. They eat.
Lean meat,
you know.
racing machine.
How
So
if,
some of them do run around, like
but not these two.
not
Not
those
this one.
two.
But no, even the
other
ones
ones
that
do.
run around usually can end up fatty. Because remember,
Right.
like Buddy and Nehemiah,
We thought they were going to be really meaty, and they were kind of fatty.
really fatty.
But in general, what Kansas is saying, these animals that are kind of just laying around, God bred them or built them or designed them
muscly.
to be muscly, so we
Yeah.
can get meat off of animals that don't do a whole lot but eat scraps.
Yep.
So, all right. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this little update
Yeah.
from God's Salt Acre.
From
Even
our
though
house to
we haven't
yours.
been live in a couple of days, but we've been really, really, really busy.
as the Irish people say about pigs, they're cute and they taste amazing.
That's good.
Meat, yep.
Well, that's how you go into it.
I heard you. I heard you ate one-eyed Willie. Dale? Did you send something in the mail today?
Dale, did you send a birthday present?
Did you send something that would need to go outside for a video?
Maybe.
Probably.
I bet you did.
Claim it, Dale.
Why do women always feel cold? It's 25
It's
degrees
really
out here.
cold out here.
Can you see my breath?
No, they can't see it. You're
You
just
can't
kissing
see
the
it.
camera.
Crisco is plastic. It's horrible. Seriously, lard is better than street drugs. Haha, seriously, it's better. I mean better. Yeah,
Who said that?
for real.
Are you? You're not even leaving any names. I don't even know who's saying these things.
I'm not sure.
You can read their names. It's okay.
I have to say, never seen someone so excited about lard before.
we get
GTO
excited
mama.
about the lard. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, guys.
We thank the lard
We thank the Lord.
for the lard.
Okay. On the farm, we try to make every day a good day until the day. Oh, Rome, USA. You have a
love
farm?
that.
Do I not know this? You got a farm?
That's exactly
Lard is a
right.
good source of vitamin D. Thank you, Robin. Thank you. What kind of farm you got? Rome, USA.
And Robin's dad, I think, has the cattle.
Oh yeah, that's right.
All right, we're gonna go inside and we're gonna eat our spaghetti,
And meatballs made with sausage before
That's
our
right.
sausage grinder broke.
and we're getting a new one.
Yeah.
All right, we love you guys. God loves you. God bless.
Deaf Bread said, in Canada, as a child, I saw my uncle cutting up a deer, hung in the shed. He was shirtless. Well, you don't want to get your shirt dirty, right?
Well, actually, you used to change oil shirtless until he got here around the girls.
You tried it one
'Cause it's
time.
easier.
It's kind of you couldn't do it.
Well,
out
that
here.
was just one time.
You'd be an
before.
exhibitionist with all this traffic here.
Look at
But
the
no,
dude
that's
with
what
the
the old
shirt
oil shirts
off.
are for.
That's what the old oil shirts are for. That's
Yeah, they
right.
used to give you free oil shirts.
No, they
you, know,
didn't.
you know, you buy a case of oil.
Really?
And then they give you the
way.
shirt free.
That's so cool.
Huh, that's a winning ticket right there. All right, guys.
Doesn't matter if it's dirty.
It doesn't matter if it's used. All right, guys. We love you and
We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.